Howdy. We are out on a walk in the rain, but this week's video I would actually like to share some of my DIY projects with you. And project number one is this hat that I'm wearing here. And as you can see, is a simple and plain old hat. And I've already altered it a little bit, and I'm going to explain to you what I've done specifically. But what I would like to do with it is just to spruce it up a little and add some decoration on top. And I was thinking of some black felted roses. So this is a close-up of the hat, and I have already altered it a little bit. It was originally a little bit too long, so it was probably this much higher, and I basically cut it off here and then stitched it back onto the inside. And then what I did as well was to put in a thin wire just on the inside here to make the brim a lot stiffer than it is, because previously it had been floppy just like this hat, but I wanted it to sit more like a cowboy hat, and the wire is done pretty well. That's the wire that I used. It's just a thin gardening wire. The way I wanted to decorate the hat was to add some felt roses, and I've got this felted wool here, which I ordered just off of eBay, and I've already have done some roses. So this is one here. This was a little prototype, and I've done a second one as well, and I wanted to add them onto the hat, so probably make a band around it that would hold them, and then add a few of these. So I'm going to make some more of them, perhaps 6 or 7, I think, in different sizes. So in order to make the roses, I was cutting off individual petals and then sewing them onto each other one by one. So one easy and quick way to do it would be to fold the fabric on top of each other, although it doesn't produce the neatest of edges, but it definitely makes the process quicker. So now I have a selection of rose petals of slightly different sizes that I can use to make the roses with. So I'm just alternating the positions that I'm putting the petals in, so it's just one hugging from one side and then the other hugging from the other side, and then just fixing them in place by sewing them together. And I tried to just stack them on top of each other first and then sew, but they really just came apart as I was trying to do it, so doing it one by one is really the best solution. I just start looking at which side of the rose needs some balancing. So I would put another petal right there. So now I'm happy with the size of this rose, and it's probably going to be the biggest one on the hat. And I've used about 16 petals for this particular one. So these are slightly different sizes, and I'm going to use the rest of the petals to make a few more, and then I'll get back to you. So I've got all of my roses ready. I've got some medium-sized one, a small one, and it's 9 in total going all the way around, and I've already started to attach them. So I took a strip of the wool, and I'm going to put it all the way around. Like that, and then have each rose sewn onto it. So here's the band all up and ready. I've sewn it together to keep it in shape, and then I put the two ends together so it would fit very neatly onto the hat. And I'm either going to sew or pin it in place so that it wouldn't come off. And that's what it looks like. DIY project number 2 is about making use of these sleeves that are cut off from another project, and this is all wool, and it's got 2 layers as well. And I thought the best use for that would actually be to make a sleeve for my phone and my tablet. So I've got the tablet here, and it just fits perfectly. So I would cut out just the right amount of wool and then put it together, and then there's just enough at the end left for my phone. For the pouches, I'm gonna first measure out just how much I need. I'm going to use the sewing machine to sew the edges close. Same for this. So I think the first attempt is not bad, and maybe a little small, and there might be a bit too much folding going on in this inner pocket. So I'm going to try one more time and try to make the inside as smooth as possible. So I've closed the edges so that they wouldn't fray as badly. Now this is rather long, so I think I'm gonna have to shorten the top a little bit. Now the second one is just a little bit larger, and it's much easier to slide out the foam and slide it back in as well. So that's the tablet one finished. It's a little bit more snug, but for DIY project number 3, I have this scarf and it has a beautiful color, which I love, and it's made from 100% viscose. However, it's huge and it's not actually something that I tend to wear. So I was trying to come up with ways in which to use this, and then I had the strange idea of turning this into a dress. So what I'm basically planning to do is to cut out a neck right here, sew it together on the sides, and I think it would make a great summer dress with a nice fabric. So here's an update on the dress. I've put it all together. This is the neck, very simple hem. Just turn it over and then sew it down. One mistake that I've made was to start sewing at the armhole, and so I ended up not having these two ends fitting together, so I had to undo the seam on one side and start sewing from right there because I wanted to have it all be one length. I'm considering to potentially wear it with a belt or something, such as this one. Just have it tie around the waist. This is what I decided to go with. I've added on these it was essentially be able to tie them together to form a belt on the front, and I've just made them macrame style, and then left them long like this. So this is the end result. Here's the hat with the roses, and this is the dress. And I quite like the solution with the tassels that you can tie in the front, and overall the dress feels very nice. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and thank you for watching.